In the first half, both teams were at a standstill, alternating between strong rushing game to weaker passing game. However, Logan Hornsby picked up the slack on GCS's end when Tift area began to gain momentum throughout the half. In the second half, everything changed for this GCS football team. The Generals' defense had been the team's strength in recent weeks, as they struggled to score, but the Trojans didn't face much resistance in the first quarter, going up 12-6 with 2 minutes and 17 seconds remaining. Fewer than 2 minutes later, Fullerton added to his lead when Layden Mitchum found the end zone for his second touchdown of the night, with 23.6 seconds left in the first. The Trojans' two-point conversion failed, however, keeping the advantage at 12 points. Did he want to feel like a big dog by transforming a not-so-great team into the best team in the nation? Was it to prove that he could replicate his success at any school and at any level? Was it something else altogether? While the answer to that question is largely unknown, what is clearly known is that it turned out to be a great move for not only the Packer Nation, but his career. Regardless of his original intention, he has proven that he can coach, lead, and win despite surrounding circumstances. The love for the game is what drives most high school players to remain focused on the end goals, a state championship and college scholarship. For some players, those are the only end goals. For other players, such as Georgia Christian Jr. Logan Hornsby, the end goal is more based on the man he will become after his football days. Still concerned about the present, the cornerback and wide receiver is well aware of his skills and the dynamic of the team. Playing both sides of the ball provides for versatility and knowledge of what works and does not work for him individually and as an active member of the Generals. Coloring is something that has been instilled in us since we've been young. In preschool, there is coloring. Kindergarten through second grade, coloring is normality. Adult coloring, not so much. It's the new fad and nobody can escape it. I don't mean the adult coloring that a parent does with their child when they're sitting down doing homework. I mean adults purchasing coloring books for themselves and taking out the time to sit down and color. Yes, full-on coloring with the coloring pencils and everything else involved. There's even a shortage of colored pencils and pens due to this trend. We all know about the pumpkin spice latte from Starbucks, but we should know about the pumpkin cream cheese swirl muffins. Haven't heard of them? It's fine. Once you get a taste of one, they will easily become your favorite indulgence. Pumpkin spice latte who? Starbucks could go out of business because of these scrumptious muffins. Just saying. Of course, pumpkin isn't for everyone, but it never hurts to try just one. As Bert begins checking Charlie's vitals, Charlie stares at Bert, cross-examining everything about him. His face and body structure are included in his examination. Charlie is wondering why the 60, maybe 65-year-old man is working out this place. Bert's hands look pale, overworked, and aged. His body seeming like he may have shrunk over time because he is slightly hunched back. When he was younger, Bert may have been 5'9", but now he is 5'7". His face is also pale. He doesn't have many wrinkles, as one would expect at that age, but his nose and ears are dominant features on his face. What stood out the most of all of his features was Bert's misty gray eyes. Bert. All right, Charlie. You are good to go. I'll see you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Charlie. Okay. The door closes. Charlie is left lying there, lying in his bed doing nothing more than thinking about if he's ever going to get better. Are the people taking care of him reliable enough to take care of him? And how is his mom doing? Charlie turns his head to look at his nightstand and wore a picture of him and his mother on his 5th birthday. That was the day everything changed. Exterior, Town Football Stadium, 7 p.m. The stadium is large for a small town like Thomasville. The stadium seats are painted red, the home side red and the away side golden. Before the crowd begins to come in, the stadium is peaceful and quiet. The stadium lights light up the field like a spotlight. The forest green grass mixed with the red and gold hawk crest in the middle almost gives the field a Christmas feel. The crowd begins to pile in. It takes not only 20 minutes for the stadium to fill up. The scoreboard cut on at 7:15 and it's now at 7:35. It's so loud in the stadium that it almost feels like an earthquake. Everyone is chanting, waiting for the team to finally come out. The opposing side yelling almost as loud. Rivalry games is what this town lives for on Friday nights. The team can be seen on the side of the stadium. The fence that is adjacent to them is metal and barbed but has ivy interlaced throughout it. The coach stands in front of the team. The team is lined up along the outside of the locker room. It was silent, deathly silent. The type of silence that would get you killed. If you tried to breathe, try to speak, try to move, boom, it was over just like that. I turn my head ever so slightly, so calculated to the left. I see a shape of a face. I turn my head to the right, even more subtly than before, and I see another shape of a face. My breathing slows. I am calm. I know I am not alone. My men are still with me. They train with me. They know how to get out. They will help me get out. I take a deep breath and count to 3. On 3, I grasp my gun even more tightly and pull it closer to me. My gun is what is going to protect me when my men can't. I trust him with my life, but the darkness can take all of our lives. I remember how it felt to be with him. His smell, his lips, his touch, the smell of his cologne as I breathe him in, his lips against my lips and all over my body, his hands gently caressing my thighs and breasts. 20 years. 20 years I let him have my body. I let him think I loved him. I let him think I enjoyed our time together. It was the same routine every day for 20 years. I wake up and look to my left. He's always slept so still. I would lean over to make sure he was still breathing. I would make sure to feel his breath on my cheek. His breath was always so shallow but still there. Same routine every day. Every morning I hope to find him, Mr. Langley, lying there deathly still, not able to feel any breath on my cheek. Once I know he's still alive, I nudge him to wake up, usually around 8 a.m. At 8:15 every morning, he has to take his pills. No hesitation. He's like clockwork. He gets out of bed, slowly, placing one foot after the other onto the floor, his toes making a slight indentation in our brown, fuzzy carpet. I'll never forget how his body would make a crackling noise as he stood up. That chilling sound is permanently etched in my mind.